Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Alforex Mark II Nova Series headlights, available for all 2018 and newer GT and EcoBoost Mustangs. Now, these particular options from Alforex will pair up that Alpha Black, all black housing along with the clear lenses and make a great option for the S550 owners looking for an extremely high quality upgrade or replacement that does inject a small amount of inspiration from the 7th generation S650 Mustang. So with all that said, guys, what do you say we jump into our features? First up, the Alforex Nova Series Mark IIs here will be a 100% LED upgrade that will no doubt improve the visibility at night on your Mustang, and that is something that is referenced in a few of our on-site customer reviews. As always, check those things out before pulling the trigger. Now, by replacing the single OEM projector with 3 of Alforex's signature 3D Ice Cube projectors, S550 owners can expect a massive upgrade in output along with an extremely sharp cutoff line. Now, main lighting aside, the secondary lighting here with the Mark IIs is certainly the big story, as you're getting those tri-bar running lights incorporated at the top of each housing, and they're done so in a way much like the newer S650 Mustangs. Now, these lights will not only serve as your running light, of course, but also as your turn signals as well, thanks to the switchback sequential functionality. Now, I also want to point out here, guys, that those running lights are configurable too. That is up to the owner. For instance, you can have them be a white running light basically all the time, except when those signals are fired up, or you can choose to have those running lights be amber. That is totally up to you. Now, I do also want to say that these 3 running lights up top here also contribute to a very unique startup or activation sequence, as Alforex calls it, and that basically happens anytime you unlock your Mustang. It's the little things with me, and Alforex does a really good job of that. Really dig that feature with these lights. Now, last but not least here, guys, these have to be one of the more aggressive looking headlights in the aftermarket category for the newer S550 cars. There's really just something about the combination of the all black, Alpha Black housing with those 3 LED projectors that really does make for a tough appearance when the headlights are on or even when they are off. Now, moving into our construction segment, I can easily say that the Alforex Nova Series lights are one of the nicer options available in the category for the S550 Mustangs, from not only a performance standpoint, but also from a build standpoint as well. Now, the housings are polypropylene here, that nice piano black look, of course. The lenses themselves are polycarbonate, and they have been treated both with an anti-fogging agent to reduce any moisture, along with a baked-in UV coating to help keep those clear lenses looking clear for many years to come. I also want to point out here, guys, that the lights are DOT and SAE approved, so that does make them legal for use in all 50 states. And finally, they are backed by a 2-year warranty just in case you should run into any issues. Now, earlier you heard me say that the Alforex Nova Series headlights are one of the nicer options in the category. I definitely stand behind that statement, but this is one of those clear-cut cases where you get what you pay for, and that higher quality does come at a higher cost. In fact, the Alforex Nova Series Mark IIs coming in at or around that $1,500 to $1,600 price point does make this one of the most expensive aftermarket headlights in the category. But again, in my opinion, all the features listed and the build quality, I think that is perfectly justified. All right, moving into our installation portion of today's video, guys. Another feature here with the Alforex headlights is that they do, for the most part, feature a 100% plug-and-play installation. Now, because of that, the site is gonna call this one a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you, I would say, at least an hour to complete from start to finish. But to give you a better idea of what to expect in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to my guys in the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
The tools you'll need for this project are a ratchet, a 5.5, a 7, an 8, a 10, and a 13mm socket, a long extension, a swivel joint, and a trim panel removal tool. Hi everyone, today we're installing a set of headlights on our Mustang, but first, let's get started with the uninstall of the stock lights. All right, now, you don't have to do this on a lift. You can definitely do this on the ground or on a set of jack stands. We'll make it even easier. We're only got it on the lift because we want to be able to show you exactly where everything is at. So the first thing we're going to do is remove 4 screws from the bottom of our splash guard here. We've got one here, it's set up inside, one here, and then we've got one here and one here. So let's go ahead and take those out first, and then we'll get to the push pins. So using our 7mm socket, we'll take out these 2 back ones here. Now we'll take out the 2 front ones, again with our 7mm socket. Now using our trim removal tool or a flathead screwdriver if you don't have one of these, go ahead and pop these push pins out here, here, and here. And now you can remove the other 3 on the other side. Now we've got 3 more push pins on each side, just inside the fender well here. One at the bottom, one in the middle, and then there's one up here that's a little difficult to see. It's set inside. So we need to remove those 3 push pins on both sides. So again, using our trim removal tool or a flathead screwdriver, go ahead and pop these out. Now you can repeat that process for the other side. All right, now we're going to remove our radiator cover here using our push pin removal tool. We've got 8 push pins that we have to remove, and then we can lift our cover up. Now we can remove the 8 bolts that go across the top of the bumper here. And the 2 on the ends are going to be 5.5mm, and everything in between is going to be an 8mm. Now there are 2 more nuts that we have to take off on each side. They're located inside the fender here. It's very difficult to get the camera in there, so you're not going to be able to see them this way, but trust me, they're in here. If you don't have this type of a setup on yours, then you can do it going in through the fender well here. Just peel back the fender liner and you can reach in and you'll see the 2 nuts right in there. I find it easier to go in through the top here, so let's go ahead and get those removed, and then we can get our bumper on. And now you can repeat that process for the other side. All right, once you've got those last 4 nuts removed, we can go ahead and separate our bumper from the fender. And to do that, we're just going to grab a hold of our bumper here, pull down and out. And I like to put a cloth over top of the studs on here just to prevent from scratching the paint. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're just going to grab this, pull it down and out, and then just put a soft cloth over the studs, and do the same thing for the other side. All right, now we can go ahead and lift up on the top of our bumper here, get it off of the pins that hold it in place, and pull it out. Now you don't want to pull it all the way out just yet because we do need to disconnect the turn signals. Lift our bumper up, pull it out. Now we can disconnect the harness for our fog lights here. Now we'll disconnect our fog light and turn signal harness here simply by pushing down on the release tab and pulling it away. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now with our turn signal harnesses disconnected, we can just go ahead and lift this out of the way. Now to remove our headlights, we're going to remove this 10mm bolt here, and there's one on the bottom here, and then there's a 13mm bolt on the side. Now we can slide our light out, disconnect our harness here, pushing on the release tab and pulling it out. And now you can repeat that process for the other side. All right, first thing we're going to want to do before we actually install our headlight is we want to connect this wiring harness that's included in the kit to our harness for our turn signals and parking lights. And the reason for that is there's an extra white wire that goes from this harness back up to the headlights that is going to turn on your turn signals. So let's go ahead and get this plugged in. So we're just going to go ahead and plug that in until it snaps into place. Then we can take the white wire. Now we're going to take our white wire from our harness and connect it to the yellow wire on the back of the headlight. And it's just simple plug and play. Just plug it in. Now we can go ahead and attach our headlight. We'll plug our headlight harness into the back of the headlight and go ahead and put the headlight back in place, and we'll secure it using the original hardware. Now we'll tighten the two bolts in the front using our 10mm socket. And we'll tighten the one on the side with our 13mm socket. And now you can repeat that process for the other side. Now we can plug in our turn signal harness until it snaps into place. Do the same thing for the other side. Now lift our bumper back into place. Now we'll go ahead and put the sides of our bumper back up into our fender. And reinstall our original hardware. All right, now we'll go ahead and tighten those two nuts down using our 10mm socket and our swivel joint. Keep in mind, of course, that we can't get the camera in here because of the clearances, but you know where they're at because you just put them in there. And now you can repeat that process for the other side. Now we go ahead and reinstall the 8 bolts that go across the top of our bumper here. Remembering, of course, that the 2 on the ends are the 5.5mm and the 8mm go in the middle. And we'll tighten them all down with our 8mm socket in the middle. And we'll use our 5.5 on the ends. Now we can reinstall our radiator cover and secure it using the original push pins. Now we can install the 3 push clips on the outer edge of our wheel well liner, here, here, and then we've got our recessed one up here. We'll just put those in. And you can repeat that for the other side. So we've got 2 on the fender liner here. And then one that goes on the frame. And now you can repeat that process for the other side. And finally, our 4 screws on the bottom of our splash pan. And we'll tighten them down with our 7mm socket. And that wraps up our review and install of the Alforex Nova Series Mark II LED projector headlights with the Alpha Black housing and clear lens for your 18 to 23 Mustang GT and EcoBoost. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.